Hey Beth, like I said, like I promised, I told you I'd do a little bit of research for both PayPal and Square and let you make the final decision. So hopefully this saves you a couple minutes. I didn't do a ton, but at least some of the footwork is done for you, so you can make the decision based on what I found out for you. And obviously, you'll have to do all the work of hooking up whatever solution you want to your bank account and all that jazz, and then just give me whatever passwords and stuff I need to add things to your website. But anyway, as far as the mobile processing of credit cards for PayPal, they have two readers that you can get. I honestly, like it, really there's only one choice in my mind, because this one over here, the $15 option, only lets you swipe credit cards with magnetic strips. This one over here is a chip reader. So and it does both, obviously. You can process cards that have the chip and just the stripe. So it seems like this would be the way to go. Obviously, that decision will be yours. But looks like you just buy these outright from PayPal. This one's $80. This one's $15. There's no monthly fee for these. Like I said, you just buy them outright. And then the per swipe fee, I think it's 2.7% per swipe. Yep, 2.7% per swipe. So that's the skinny on those. That's the skinny on the mobile processing for PayPal. And as far as the online stuff, taking payments online, like I said before, there's two versions. There is the standard version, which is what this page is all about. So basically with this one, it's just like you've probably seen on a million websites. You just you have your product or your service or whatever, and then you add your button underneath. From working with John, I can tell you there's different kinds of buttons you can add. Like you can get like an add to cart button or a buy now button or whatever, and you can add all kinds of bells and whistles and stuff to it, drop down menus and stuff like that. I'm familiar with the basics, so it's really, I know it's not hard to set up at all. So anyway, no monthly fees on these, on the standard version. Let me see if I can find, I have it written down in case it's not directly on this page, but because there's a couple pages that cover this option. But anyway, yeah, it's not on this page. So like I said, there's no monthly fee for the standard version. The per swipe, or not per swipe, but the per transaction is 2.9% plus 30 cents. So again, no monthly fee, 2.9% per transaction, and 30 cents. And then the other version is the PayPal Payments Pro. The per swipe for this one is, I think everything is the same. And again, I do have it written down. Yeah, I don't know exactly where it is on this page, but the let's see. The per transaction, again, for this is 2.9% plus 30 cents, and then there's a $30 a month fee to have it. It does add some extra bells and whistles. It lets you accept a couple extra payment accounts that the standard version doesn't. It lets the customers do things like, they can buy it now and then finance the payment. There's other little bells and whistles that it offers. When people go through the checkout process on your website, it looks like they stay on your website. So there's a couple extra little things. So you'll just have to decide if it's worth it for you to pay the $30 a month to have the PayPal Payments Pro version. It's completely up to you. I don't know. $30 isn't a lot, but your choice. And the other thing about PayPal Payments Pro is if you decided to make your website like a full e-commerce type website, so everything happens directly on your website. In other words, like the whole transaction process happens on your website. You'd have to get like a secure socket layer for your website and add a couple extra things through GoDaddy to make that happen. But PayPal Payment Pro is also like a full payment gateway. So if you decided to go the full e-commerce route with your website, we could actually use this as a payment gateway. But that being said, if you ever did decide to go with making your website a full e-commerce website, I would highly recommend going with something like Stripe, because the transaction fees are lower, and there's no monthly fee to have it. So anyway, so that basically covers PayPal in a nutshell. So if you decide to go the PayPal route, you'll just have to decide if you want to go with Standard or the Payment Pro. And I'll get to the Square stuff in just a second. All right, Beth. So here's the stuff about Square. Let's do the online stuff. Actually, no. Let's do the mobile stuff first. So the specs with the mobile readers and stuff for Square. When you sign up, you get a free magnetic strip reader. So this is kind of the same thing as the PayPal one that only reads magnetic strips. It seems pointless to me because you're going to want to take other types of payments. You're going to want to take cards with chips, and you're going to want to take probably Apple Pay and stuff too. I don't know. That again, that's up to you. So I opened up the new tab to find out a little bit more about the reader that you're probably going to want to go with if you decide to use Square. Excuse me. So this is the reader where people can use Apple Pay and chip cards and stuff like that. So this costs $50. And again, kind of like with PayPal, it looks like you just purchase it outright from Square. But either way, even if you just decide to go with the regular Stripe reader or this, the per transaction fee is the same. Might be, yeah. There's the price for the thing. I think the per transaction fee is on the other page. Yeah. So the per transaction fee is 2.75%. Per swipe, dip, or tap, and those are just the words I guess they use for like Apple Pay and chip card readers and stuff. I'm not sure what keyed in transaction means, but anyway, I wouldn't really be too concerned about it because I think this is how most people are going to go anyway. So 2.75%. The PayPal one was 2.7%. So the per transaction fee is a little bit higher with Square, but the reader is a little more expensive with PayPal. So again, up to you, totally up to you. But that's the lowdown on the mobile stuff for Square. And now I'm going to show you the stuff about accepting payments on your website. And actually, once I show you this, I'm going to guess that you're probably going to lean towards PayPal. But anyway, let me get into it here. So it's this one. Okay. So basically, Square is not like PayPal in that you can just add a button and then Square does the processing for you. It's basically it's a gateway, just like the professional version of PayPal can serve as a gateway. So what we would have to do for Square is actually set your site up as an e-commerce site. So in other words, you'd have to get the secure socket layer for your website, some other security things you'd probably want to add through GoDaddy, and then these are the e-commerce solutions that Square works with. So in other words, once your website is set up as an e-commerce thing, with WordPress we'd use this one right here called Woo. I've actually set one of these up before. So all Square does is basically like when somebody goes to check out on your website, Square is your credit card payment processor, just like I said, the professional version of PayPal is. So it's not a solution where you can simply add a button and then just let Square do all the work. We actually would have to set the whole website up as an e-commerce website. So I'm going to leave that completely up to you, but at least now you know. So I'm gonna send over this video to you and let you make the decision on the payment processing, and then I'm going to look into the other stuff on our Sprint. I'll say this right now, there's really no way I can give you a ballpark price estimate until you get back to me on what payment solution you want to use. Anything else I guess we'll just have to talk about on the phone. All right, so I will get started on your other stuff. I'll send this video over to you, and maybe we can set up a time to talk this week or soon. Okay, thanks.